of what's going on. Now, the Bank of Jamaica would have made the Ministry of Finance aware of what one.
Right.
But one
That's
sticking point, Dino, and I want Jamaicans to get clarity on this, is the fact that when Omar Davis knew what's going on, remember about a year after I take for them to act on it in a year to 9 months, right?
mhm.
All right. During that time and after, he was aware of the actual issues within the banking sector. The decision he took by not acting on it at the time compared to waiting for the 9 months to a year to act on it. And there are issues that could relate to him not acting on it in that timely manner. Issues like the fact that Jamaica was in some IMF agreement and with bank with ID World Bank and International Monetary Fund and other, I think there was another American bank. Yeah? So they had an agreement, but Omar Davis chose not to actually sort out the whole issue within the banking sector because he had some agreement with it. That's what outlined tonight, where him never want to go approach that without him resolve that them issues there. Them with the IMF and those others are stated. Can you delve into that a little bit if you have knowledge of it, so as to give a little bit more clarity?
Well, if we don't, if all right, you see that the whole meltdown of the banking sector, it affected our GDP by about 44%. So if you don't have the right, remember and your credibility with these banks are not there. Nobody is gonna give you any money. So Omar had a whole lot on his lap because we have to make sure pass these IMF tests. Because IMF money can't use to pay to do anything as development.
Exactly.
It
That's
has
why I
it can
put it
only
like
it
this,
can,
Nadina.
we could only use the IMF money to hold like the central at the Bank of Jamaica if we have a shortfall in our paying our foreign debts, we can't use it to pay our foreign debts. It can't use to do no farmer, it can't use to pay teachers, it can't do nothing else but want help to pay your debt.
Yeah.
So he had to be skillfully monitoring himself all through all these debts and to make sure everybody ever get paid. At the same time, the whole of this coming down on him with the banking sector. If the banking sector is collapsing, like if you look in other countries, we're having the same problem, similar problem to data affecting 50-55% of their GDP. Although, I mean, the economy in America was doing great at that time. But other countries were suffering, and not only Jamaica alone. Other countries having same problem with that and melting on the banking sector, so
Yeah.
But again, the fault was never it was never had to do with the government. It was these greedy private sector people who created the problem. But again, the government had to find a solution.
Exactly.
So this is where it was on. So Omar to make that trip abroad, make some arrangement, get the funding, and to stabilize back thing. And it's the same PNP it bring back the economy right to a 2%. The same carry back to a 2% growth.
Yes. Exactly. So they only use FINSAC for bash the PNP and when them not know so FINSAC was the solution. But the
Solution.
solution also bring a growth to GDP.
Yes,
And what
yes.
has a post FINSAC brought to Jamaica? Remember, FINSAC was 97. Yeah? What post FINSAC would have brought to Jamaica that we can assess? Telecommunications, it bring the road network. You understand me? It bring building schools, etc. Buildings to bring stabilizing the economy. It
You must remember
far from the
when
IMF at the time under the
the
People's National Party administration.
first bank that went down, when the report got to Omar Davis, that's a lot of anky panky was taking place, was Blaze. I lost some money at Blaze also. Because Blaze offered me 40% on my money. And I put it at Blaze. Move it from Scotia and put it at Blaze. Scotia begged me not to do it, and I did it. Lost it. When the first bank got hit was Blaze. When the BOJ sent the report to Omar Davis saying that, listen, man,
You
there's
don't
trouble
block
at
that
Blaze.
person in Coral Garden. You're a double blocker. Make sure stay and learn. Please
Do-
don't block her.
when the BOJ sent the report to Omar Davis, said, listen, Blaze is in trouble. Pantan is using the depositors' money to buy Coney Island and buying all sort of wealth for himself. Omar made a statement as of midnight tonight to closing the bank. Now, Omar called all of us as depositors at conference center and explained to us, we going to hold you no money now. I know we take on the money. But what we'll do out of the kitty, I'm gonna get, whether if you have 10 million, 50 million, 100 million, 1 million, I'm gonna get all of you $50,000 out of the Ministry of Finance. All of us got a check from Ministry of Finance of $50,000 just to hold on until they finish. You have to remember, man, poor people have money at Blaze too, and if they don't give them something to cushion them right away, it's a problem.
So
So
tell
it
me
was
something, stick up in there. Were you affected during FINSAC?
I lost some money at Blaze, but during FINSAC, I grow.
Post FINSAC.
After, yeah, after things was instituted, I grow. I grow, and I didn't go down. I grew up.
All right. All right. Continue, my brother.
So what happened is that we all got a 50,000 bailout. All of us was the money deposited at Blaze, and which is taxpayer money that gave us at 50,000. It wasn't Blaze money. Then what they had to do is to take Pantan before the court just and to because FINSAC wasn't existing then. So you think Omar at the time if you carry all of these people one by one go to court? So you had to have a company who had to deal with this meltdown. So they took Pantan to court and tried to get the court to seize some of the assets so they could sell it to give back the deposit money. Some of the assets were sold and they decided to give us back 90% of your money. So, I mean, if you get back 90%, that is only 10% you're losing. Then other banks start to come on and other insurance company. So when all these reports come to Omar decided, all right, we have to find a company who will take over these debts of these company. So FinSac took over all your debts. That's what happened. Why you think when Central, the people don't lose their money, they get their money? Because FinSac was there to buy out your bad debts. So that the depositors was not the small man, the people who had dropped their little money in the bank was not affected. So FinSac took over the assets and the debt of this bank, but not in intention to run them out of business, but to steer them into a positive end. Some had to go. Because Paul Chen Young got bailed out, we never use the money to carry the bank back up to forward. They use it for their personal gain again. When Richard run into Miami, go like had the money in Miami. So they had to close on Eagle.
Yeah.
Crawford again. And look at the trend of those who you see were destroying the country, I pay labor right them, Paul Chen Young, Crawford, Layla State. Got his bailout and bring back life at Jamaica, which after a while they sold to Trinidad and changed their name. But the companies who still and got BNCB got bailout,
Scotia.
they survived, they came back, and then the government sold it. That's how Michael, it was on the market for so many years, nobody would buy it until Michael Leachin decided, I'll buy it. You get another deal, get the bank to buy it. So when all this garbage around about things, they're talking things they don't have a clue about. That was a solution. If things that didn't come about, God knew them all us up until today. I would have lost every red cent we had in these banks.
So Dino, what about in the report, sections of the report stated where contractors, big developers, yeah, getting project. At one point it said that contractors were borrow money from banks to do project and couldn't pay it because of the high interest rate.
What really happened is that the government had created, all right, there were short-term, long-term loans, or a lot of long-term loans were loan and short-term loan. And because of that, again, these banks were borrowing from the central bank, were borrowing from Bank of Jamaica, large amount of money to keep themselves floating. So contractors because these banks were lending short-term loan at high interest rate. A lot of persons ran to them. But you're gonna do a project and you're gonna borrow money at 40 and 50 and 80%. It was difficult. It was very difficult paying back this loan. And that's the same thing with Justin. That's why I get burned ablaze because when I moved my money from Scotia, Scotia told me not to do it. And I go ahead, I disobey and do it. And it's after I got burned, Scotia called me back in and said, me teach you something about banking. Any bank is going to offer you this high interest as on your money. After lending at a very high interest rate, how much? So it's going to be difficult for anybody to pay the interest on the loan where they borrow. So it must push a banking problem. That was what one of the factors that was killing. So the contractors were borrowing because they got this long-term loan on no matter a short-term basis. But it was a very high interest rate. It put them into trouble. But people, you see, Scotia had to close in on any of these. No, people went to like all of these banks and they were in trouble. Century. The only person that borrowed money at Century and never, never in trouble was Edward Siaka. He borrowed 20 million US dollars and he never paid back a cent and say he never remembered. These are things that are happening in the bank. It's the same thing happening now, Berita one of
Don't you think?
Berita Investment was one of the cleanest
Mute your mic,
broker we had
Edward.
in this country for a while. See what happening
Mute
to
your
it
mic,
now?
Edward. Who come to him?
Berita has loaned the Prime Minister $50 million without any paper trail. Just a handshake and a phone call.
Edward, mute your mic, please. Some new
So if
people.
the IC
Hold on, Dina. Hold on, come here, Dina. Let me hear what Edward does. Edward, morning. Welcome. Edward. I know I'm reach up here. All right. What is Keith Wilson?
Yeah,
Keith, welcome. Good morning.
blessing. I listen and learn.
Speak up a little bit louder, sir.
Yeah, blessing, miss. I listen and learn, education.
Nothing wrong with that, man. And make
Yeah.
sure you make sure you go make the change, Vote for change.
Oh, not telling a diaspora in New York.
Okay, no problem, man. But you don't know
Ah,
most people in the diaspora family back home where them a feel the pain and want go and see them on the screen.
yeah, I know. Yeah, man, me
So,
up and active out of Central Manchester, man. We was campaign manager and all of that. So, well
no,
active.
ain't nothing wrong with that, man. But that's why I
All
help
right.
you and you don't fly down, come do the right thing, cause it's a road and you
Always,
want to make sure
always.
that thing in a history,
Well, it's a must.
thing
It's
of
a
the
must.
past.
It's a must.
All
Yeah,
right,
man.
my comrade. Nevertheless, Mr. Dina, here we are going to dissect part of the FINSAC. They will go to this wrong direction situation. But we just want speak about a little height. So, mute your mic to make comrade Dina finish.
No, it was responding to one and Carl God was claims a wicked PNP look on go and spread on the rumors. But if she can read, make sure read and she'll realize exactly what if she had a bank account in those days, did she lost her bank account? And which bank did she has her money? If you were at Century and you're telling you get back your money, it's all because of FINSAC.
But I
So you see?
continue to tell them that FINSAC was the solution and not the problem.
Yeah, the ministry itself couldn't take on all that problems that was happening in all these banks. So FINSAC was an institution created to say, go look, take over all those problems these banks are having, either take over their debts. That's what FINSAC did, take over your debt. and manage it or give you enough money to build you back out of your problems.
And I've read even before the report here, Dino. FINSAC gave most of the borrowers a option was to buy back their assets at a cheaper rate.
But I'm trying to tell you, FINSAC was the solution. FINSAC, the few people who were affected by FINSAC were people who borrowed the money and was not making any effort to pay their debts.
Yeah.
Which come account to about 20,000 Jamaicans who was affected. Over 2 million Jamaicans were benefited from FINSAC. It's not like the president. Look at SSL. The BOJ and the financial union has been writing to the Minister of Finance for a while saying that for quite a number of years, a lot of hanky-panky going on at SSL. It went to file 13 with the president being a finance minister. It was when it was finally balled out in parliament by the opposition that the minister of finance said, first him saying, I know nothing at all about that. Then when the central bank decided, no man, we wrote you about it. It means all the letter came out, I did not read it. Oh, you're a minister. And you get daily report from the BOG, and you don't read the daily report? You have meetings every week with the directors at BOJ, which it must come up in meetings. Are you telling the nation you never read it? Come on. You choose not to say anything and act on it because you know exactly what was going on and who was enriching himself with the SSL. That was that, you know. They know exactly all who were benefit from SSL, all who were, who all was enriching themselves. So they turn a blind eye on the report. No, when he realized he couldn't do no better, him called for it to be closed and then do a deep audit. Now they tell you that the Prime Minister come to us that, oh, you're going to ask taxpayers to put back the money at SSL. You're crazy? The nation rejected it. No, we're not going to do that. We're not taking nobody money. Then he come back and start saying that, no, the taxpayers know how to do it.
But at one point, when him say that, you don't take out 43,000 US.
Yeah, that's so much million Jamaican.
Yeah. You couldn't give back 10 million out of that.
But according to them, according to the GLP bloggers, the Prime Minister put 100 million US into SSL. I've never known any institution giving so much interest in such a short period of time. He got 40 million interest on his money,
For what time span?
Good question, Jam. Good question. Because if you even leave it there for a year, you couldn't get so much money.
Well, I mean, I love big time. I sell out everything when me have and just put it in there.
But me just telling the same thing. I just sold a house in New York for over 800,000 US dollar. I would have put everything right back in Jamaica. If me know me can't get such interest. You understand?
Them
So,
deal in work, man. Them deal in make you have to worry yourself.
just sold a house in the Bronx over 800,000. 800,000. Me not made that put on that money so easy. I say sell and take life easy. But nobody can. I put the challenge to Burial. I put the challenge to all of them. Nobody not respond to my emails yet because I would love to know if I can earn them the type of interest.
Them returns to the eye.
I can't to one. Wait, I think it was Chuck. Chuck Philly tell myself, me know better now because me a big man. It was 18 winner. The Prime Minister is a blue chip member of the bank. That's why him get such special interest rate and get special deal. Him have to come in, can sign, in this make phone call and get this deal. What make you a blue chip member? Because I would love to be a blue chip member.
Then hold on. Do you know, obviously, you operate business before the PM.
Long before the pay.
And you are not a blue chip member of none of your company or your or the banks, I should say.
No, sir.
So, the Prime Minister, him name Andrew Hopeless, him get that preference there.
I know, like Scotiabank give me a special credit card up to $20 million.
St. Anthony.
But that don't mean me can't call Scotia and say, oh, release 50 million to my account and then do it. You're crazy. Me that I can't title my regard thing come because sit down and talk and then look in which way the company doing if you can't pay back the 50 million before they grab me the money. I can't just take up a phone and say, oh, I need an extra $50 million. No. Me not have that privilege in Scotiabank. I know back with neither NCB, none of them. So I don't know how the Prime Minister is so fortunate, no paper trail, just make phone calls, and finally you meet them and it will shake hands and it's like, yeah, we got again. Money's in the account. I would love to get that privilege. Otherwise, I'd have to move Jamaica forward.
At least. Hard can. Although it never they designed for me. Beat pan this. I try me see me say you can't talk and me could read.
Yeah, but you can't go back to your topic because no problem at all.
Yeah, the wrong direction me see where the Jamaica majority of Jamaicans.
That's like last time I knew, so we're moving in the wrong direction. Yeah. 58%
What do you know?
What?
Well, me don't really have long stint, me just there, you don't know me on the juggling. Well, that is a clear indication, that most Jamaicans are feeling the hardship, right? But, in a sense, I say the country are going in the wrong direction and you're not taking part in the poll. Because the truth is, the base of both political parties will show up, right? And in many and say the country are going in the wrong direction and when voting time come, you stay away from the poll. So this is an indication now for those independent people to take part in the process and send a strong message, right, to the Jamaica Labour Party. For them in our corner right now, So they're busy right now. I plan for the election. I think the electoral office should be an independent office like we have the Integrity Commission. Sets an apart and report to the court and to the government general. Yeah, it should not report to the Prime Minister.
No time.
Because right. So when our leader take part again, we have to do some serious reorganization and restructuring, because I don't believe the EOJ should be in the Prime Minister office. Because
when Michael Manley met with Edward Steele, got to create the EOJ and to create the new voters list and to create this type of electoral system we have. The electoral office was supposed to be an independent body, you know, which get financed from the government.
Right.
It's not supposed to be in a no government office. It's supposed to be an independent body to oversee the electoral. It's an electoral reform, you know. We're moving from a corrupt system we had to an independent system, which a set of people who govern. That is why one of the electoral rules, if you're once seen on a political platform, you can't be employed by the EOJ.
And that not happen. If you go up on the EOJ and you look, you see the one day police, you see the scooter near them, them are activists.
Activists. The whole thing has we're going back to the corrupt system.
And whenever we are give person of director of election, we must give an astute person like we don't choose Justice Panton and people have stellar performers like Pamela Monroe Ellis and people who have served and
that's why it was established for, to get people like those who look over the years who run it when it started. Independent persons.
Mm-hmm.
And now we see the corruption. You join back your party.
Yeah, it's not supposed to.
When we got my guy there on it, we know he acted very independent. Nobody knew he had a JLP alignment. Danville Walker.
And when him getting right now, we see the true potential. Then take him as off.
Yeah.
and give him a seat to
Yeah, man.
represent. I think Bunting did bust the ass one night time.
Yeah, man. Bunting beat him down there. Yeah. When him personally, him using personal funds buy back, get the police force. See much I beat Bunting.
Wow. You know, so we have to keep the fire burning and let people know, right? For us to get out this government here, we have to redouble our effort. Our base is larger than them, you know. But what we are concerned about is the system, those who control the electoral machinery. We can do gerrymandering and put the
As
votes
much
here and
as,
put the votes
oh, and
there.
as much as they have them jail people put into these areas, if the PNP does what it's supposed to do in terms of do your proper training and have your indoor agents properly spaced and their proper
Hold on, Howard. Howard. See a man here we are talk, I want to come up in the back. You know, shower labor rights.
him always make
Listen,
mischief about the place, man.
me
Can't
hide
entertain no
me
talking.
hide in the bathroom and me attack you. You can put him up, man. I want him respectful and scold him. You know, you have one and two of them, you know, I can reason with, but you can put him up.
But there's no
You
like
understand?
back and
But
forth, you know. I don't know.
put your hand on the pause
Team,
button.
welcome.
And start, if you as him start off with the disrespect, you just put your hand on the pause button and chop him off. But you know,
Welcome, big man. Hold on there, Howard. Like we here first. Yes, sir. Morning.
Please reduce speed.
Howard,
I will stay by right that I call myself.
why you think the government are trying to steal election?
Why me think the government are trying to steal election? We see it.
Yeah.
Absolute power, which equals to absolute
No man,
corruption.
come on Howard, man. This is not the days when PNP could have thief election. If I want to can't thief, you can't win no more.
What do you mean by PNP could have thief election and labor right?
That a long time it happened from me a 7-year-old, me I see that.
The labor right always do it. That's why Michael Manley boycotted
No,
the
sir,
fall.
no.
They need the tree and never take part in
Michael
the
Manley
election.
got to the level of calling, they call it, when they lock down the country, state of emergency and lock up the JLP them for win election.
No man. That's a
PNP got
totally different thing. You talk two different things. Take time to talk labor right. Take time to talk. When you have a threat to democracy and you find that people are trying to overthrow the government, that is treason, you know, my brother. A serious
Like
charge.
Trump go on with, tell him.
That's
You
treason,
mean
you
like
know.
how, you mean like
What
how
I'm-
Mark Golden
what
and
I'm-
Incumbulos are trying to overthrow the government
Big
now?
man, you're not going to do up your son disrespect my leader, you know. Just
What I'm-
talk
what
with
I'm-
respect. That will show
You
What I'm-
can
Jack-
disrespect my leader though.
What on the jump though? What he doing now is intellectual phobia. Him himself don't know what he's talking. But make us school him. Two different arguments you raise. You raise a government of treason. You raise a conversation of treason,
Treason.
and then you talk about
Stop.
stealing the election. That's two different things. What Colonel
No
Charles
man,
and
Howard talk about stealing election, I mean.
Hold on, my brother, man. Let me take time to talk to you and teach you, no, man. What Babsy and Colonel Charles and all of them doing in the 70s, they were trying to overthrow the government. And the Michael Manley had to step in, and they spray the gallows. The consequence of treason trying to overthrow the government is death. But to rig the election now, that's another thing. That is fraud. You want to
Because
stay
nobody
power.
trying to overthrow no government, man.
So why them send them a
Michael Manley
prison?
saw he was on a course to lose the election.
You're crazy. You're
So,
mad.
hold on. But here's the joke about it. Him calling two names. Colonel Charles has never won an election. He has run in almost 14 parishes and has never won. I couldn't win him seat until I gave him a safe seat out in St. Thomas. So how could he be, what effect he had on the JLP to win the election? Secondly, it was DK Duncan was arrested same time within the period.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything about Colonel Charles.
No, I'm a
You said them
outside
arrested.
volunteer.
You said them arrested.
Colonel
The two
Charles
persons
to get arrested them time there too. That's
the
what
two
he
persons
not
was arrested from the JP was Babsy Grange and Colonel Charles. He's talking about, man, like, put cast state emergency and arrest them. There's only two persons on the JP got arrested. DK Duncan and Larry Roberts from the PNP got arrested
No,
too.
no, I'm not talking about the
active politicians. I'm talking about the public, JLP members of the public who were
How many JLP members of the public were placed in the test?
Hundreds, but they were not very important people, so their names were never called.
So you said no PNP wasn't arrested?
He wasn't arrested.
I don't know where you get your.
Clearly, this man I don't
Boy and Feathermap was right there on the campaign trail with Michael Manley. Why weren't they arrested? They were prominent, known criminals.
So what did I say about Claude Massop? Where that's about Claude
was arrested too. Claude Massop was arrested too.
Me can't get where yourself. If you come for talk politics, just take your time, and if you don't know, you ask. We're talking about stealing election that the government right now, Andrew Honest, he controls the system by having the EOJ placed in his office, and we're talking about the independence of the EOJ. That is the issue. And what we are saying is, why they are busy, we are planning to counteract it for what this government is doing right now. If you live in this constituency, for example, say, South St. Andrew, then put you over Peter Phillips constituency, which is a neighboring constituency. They know that Peter can lose, so it is more vote for the PNP and the marginal seat. Now you take out the jail time, which means to say no, all you have to do now, just pull out your base and you add more people to it. That is what we have a concern about, and that is what the government is doing.
Hold on. I'm going to ask you guys one simple question. Okay? If you all say the government is stealing money now, and yet still the government is doing so much development in this country simultaneously, everywhere in the country, everywhere. Hospitals being renovated, new hospitals are built, schools are being renovated. I don't know how many. Schools are being renovated. Schools are getting added blocks so they can come off of the shift system. There's a lot going on in the country.
Right. People are not feeling it. People are feeling it.
You mentioned that, but a lot of schools are still without roof after burial until now.
And people are not feeling the growth where you talk about. You know, see the poll, 58% say the country are going in the wrong direction.
No, only PNP not feeling or seeing it.
Jesus Christ, so the whole 58% of Jamaica are PNP?
Well, if,
probably a taboo poll, man.
That's good, all right. The 58% of the nation are PNP, then we sure they're going
to be the next election then.
We don't need that election for the next 20 years.
But so you just said the 58% are PNP.
Our idiot, this enough.
Yeah, me know me an idiot, but you still don't win the election. I can be an idiot and still win the election.
Don't Andrew Holness do him want to blow that poll? And it shows that the PNP ahead by 12.
Andrew Holness don't do no polls, sir.
You know, so you don't understand, every party does it.
Maybe I don't have no sense. Maybe I don't have no sense, but I see that fire stations are built in Jamaica. I see that JDF got 6 brand new helicopters. I see that there's a brand new fleet of what?
What that do?
There's a fleet of what do you mean by that?
Look at crime. Right? Look at the level of crime.
Crime is on a downward trend.
Mullins, mute your mic.
Your government has suppressed the number, feel like you can fool the Jamaican people. Look what is happening in Manchester.
It's the same people. It's the same people who report when crime go up. It's the same people reporting when it go down.
This is what I'm saying to you.
So what you saying about government suppressing numbers?
When we speak, I give you an opportunity to just don't overtalk. So like what we are saying is the government is suppressing the numbers, which means they're not giving the true reflection. Look what happened. People afraid to even walk down the yard right now. Look what happened in Manchester. And Calvin Allen have the heart to talk about murders down by what percent.
How many persons are alive this week alone?
Last weekend, over 50 people dead. And the police looking at people and tell about murders down? And you expect me to believe it? Look at the level of unemployment. And starting to come tell you that 4% of the population not working. And you believe that? If the country was so productive and nice and everything, why is it that the JLP not in the armchair? They would have called election because the time wouldn't have right.
But Howard, the
The
Minister of
government
Finance.
is not worried about election, man. The government is fixing and building the
Tell
country.
me that. Every government, after 4 years, Dino can tell you, including the Jamaica Labour Party, if when Siaga win, 3 years later, him have the momentum and him know the tide was going against him and he called the election.
Morning time, comrades.
Government is working on developing the country.
Where is the development?
What kind of development?
I just said it to you all. I just said
Yeah,
it
but-
about the hospitals being renovated, the schools being renovated,
How many
new blocks being built at schools.
How many hospitals have been renovated?
That is your duty. You don't talk about what you should have done if you do.
Howard, how much hospitals has been renovated?
What you saying, Howard? What the government doing their duty is not a good thing?
How much hospital has been renovated? That's the question.
How much? I don't know how much.
What kind of service is administered at a hospital? What kind of service the patient never get at the hospital? Don't talk about renovation of hospital. We're talking about the quality service of healthcare, where the people are dying in the hospital for simple medication, not even simple pain tablet. You can get in the hospital. You're talking about renovation.
At the same time when new clinics, hold on. At the same time when new
No, take me down, take me down.
What are you talking about?
One at a time.
People's National Party introduced to Jamaican people National Health Fund for cheaper medication for elderly patients.
They are getting free medication now.
Free medication,
Not
what
cheaper.
can get none.
They're getting free medication, not cheaper.
Medication.
One at a time. Done.
Who started the NHF with the free medication? You can't take credit for the PNP program, man.
Yeah.
Who started the Jamaica Jamaica?
Who started Jadep?
But Shower, you know that the NHF has built up the government so much, they buy much ambulance. Presently, every public hospital, the pharmacists are taken over by NHF. The pharmacists are being paid at a rate as of the private sector is paying that they can attract more pharmacists in, and they are not being on the government budget. Is NFJ?
Now the government is opening clinics with drug serve pharmacy on site. That's what I know.
Showerman, let me say
Showerman.
this to you. One thing then, Showerman, let me say this to you. If everything was so merry as what you're bragging and boasting about, why you delaying the election? From 1962.
Election important. How is the election important?
Election is important. We are the judge of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is working for us and we employ him.
But Shower, the
Kings,
people, hold on.
you again. The Prime
Sure.
Minister is not interested in election now. He's working on
Why?
developing the country.
But that's the only way to confirm that
If he's
the
doing a
people
good job.
Effective job.
Showerman, tell me one legacy for the past 8 years Andrew left in Jamaica. I building in Jamaica. One.
The brand new medical oxygen plant.
Which part of that there?
Jamaica.
What part
Which
of Jamaica?
Can we not hear about that, you know?
Imagine me not, who know you on do no research. Me know say brand new oxygen, medical oxygen plant is open in Jamaica.
Which part of that? Which part of that? Which part of that?
Is it built already, Shower?
It's up and running.
Alright, which part of that? Where
It was a government. It was a government building. It was a gift to the Jamaican government.
Care who build it or if it is a gift or not. Everything that was a gift.
Alright, Showerman. Hold on,
You know,
Hold on again,
all the
Showerman.
Cuban schools that were a gift to the PNP, you talk about them all the time, so what?
Alright, Showerman. Hold on again. Next thing I ask you. Swear be going to office not even 1 year now, and him can show you him legacy where him do. And him can show for the 8th year Unless that one year Swebe can show what him do.
Look here, Sherman. The Prime Minister are the most dishonest person.
You tell me the comrade here, if you not talk.
Yeah? And the Prime Minister is exploiting people's integrity here. And that may I tell you about the Prime Minister. Prime Minister not business about people. I manipulate manipulating the mind. And I enrich himself and his family and friends.
Is that why he's developing the country?
Developing what kind of country? So who you not feel it? I'm managing a patrol. How you develop country and managing a patrol?
Showerman, next thing again. How much growing in promise and broke in a local government election? Nothing start yet?
St. Thomas Urban Center almost finished.
Whose money? Whose money? Whose money again? That is.
So, government money.
No, that's a private investment. That's in a big one.
Yo.
It's not private investment. I was there. I am from St. Thomas. I was there when Andrew Wellness break ground at that location. This is no private money. Government ability.
I think
And the one where they are good here, they attack.
Yeah.
Where they mad, this a madman I come from.
I feel
Champs. Yes, you're a madman, this Champs. Yes, you're a madman, where is it?
Yes, one at a time, please.
Government build the urban centers all over Jamaica.
NCB, Jamaica National, Victoria Mutual, pure private sector.
No damn private sector, government ability.
You have a spare device, a tablet, or a laptop, or another phone where you can Google it.
I don't need to Google nothing. I was right here in the meeting in St. Thomas.
No, man, you're just a follower, man, for some refreshment, man. You don't know what, man.
No, boss, I was the chauffeur for the mayor of St. Thomas. I am a...
But you don't know the mayor of St. Thomas that done it, man.
Go inside, man.
You don't know that done. That's the same one that we have tried to do the
you see that, yo. Champion. You see that same can read and understand something, you know, champion. See come down to you come down, you know.
Yeah,
see that same read and can understand something. Remember me I tell about that, you know.
Inside work.
A simple reason. A simple reason.
And when I tell you so people read him, I tell us right now you know no time for that, you know.
Exactly, brother. A simple thing me ask him.
So you choose in front of them and they know and acknowledge it, brother.
Them no acknowledge it, brother. And a simple thing you ask them, they can't answer.
Give me a second. Okay.
That's why they're being exploited, man.
Exactly, Virgin.
They're gullible. They just take what them hear from people. They don't do no reading. They don't do no research to themselves. You know what I mean? So that's why they stay so. And when them still could think them, Virgin, you're for the likes.
All right, you sit down right there in our office, then you see.
You're for the likes, youth. You have to be patriotic. You're for the likes, just for yourself. You don't know that.
You have for the likes for yourself. You know what I see development in Jamaica. That's why you try to stop it.
But when we talk about things for the generation,
development for Jamaica
from generation
to continue.
to generation.
Hold on again, brother. You sit down there in our office. Hold on the shower, man. You sit down right push by them there. Who the local contractor do the highway to St. Thomas? That's why you sit down with them.
Local contractor, China Harbour do it.
But them say the local contractor make a road mash up because them do it.
A China Harbour rebuild it. Who built it initially in a local contractor?
Who are the local contractor? Can you run go cut it in a cut ribbon out and say,
they love cut ribbon, man. That's all they do. Love cut ribbon.
Who are the local contractor who build it?
We are not for them.
China Harbour building the road.
China Harbour. So why local contractor get blamed?
One at a time. Here we order say mute right there, Anton.
Showerman, is it the fact that your boss, how you say you drive the mayor, Louis Chin, was he the local contractor? Yes or no?
Louis Chin, when this was in place, Louis Chin was not the mayor, sir.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth, me never asked you if when he get the work, if he was me. Was he the contractor for the local?
Louis Chin is not my boss. He is not the mayor that I use.
Oh, all right. Fine.
My boss.
Not the mayor now. So the previous mayor then. The mayor before Louis Chin, are you mayor talk?
Before Louis Chin was a PNP. The mayor before him, I used to be the driver.
Oh, fine. So you're related directly to them now. So who get the contract now for do the local segment center man? Which company? What it now?
What about this?
So all you know about China Harbour, you can't tell who was the local contractor.
Long time China Harbour, there might be a subcontractor that I don't know about. I know China Harbour has a contract.
What about if I tell you that it is Louis King? What's the local contractor?
I don't know about that.
No, but you know about China Harbour. Well, I am telling you, and I'm putting it to you that Louis Train was the local contractor and the work of the dig up back. You agree with me?
And again, I'm going to say I don't know about that.
No, but you come here with positive and surety. You come here with that China Harbour is it. When I tell you, Louis Train are the local contractor and he put inferior material at the road that we dig up back. What you have to say about that?
Which in as the plant that sells the most
I agree with you.
Legitimate the most legitimate material all over Jamaica plus export. So where does he get inferior material to put?
That don't mean the same can provide inferior material.
But you stop use them word there.
Let me tell you something.
Use them word there.
In fact, Louis Chin was a contractor.
Morning, mute the mic now when me make you ask a question, me acknowledge you, man. But one at a time, man.
One final question. Me I tell you, Louis Chin, me agree as himself aggregate. But when he becomes a contractor, I know female is the sand and gravel and man. You understand? And this is not new to the labor right. For when Edwin Ali,
I will check on that. Right. I don't have knowledge to that right now, but I will check on that.
Man. You never know not yet. But just pause and make me teach you. This is not new to the labor right. When Edwin Allen get $10 million from the World Bank to build school, half of the money spent out him and Dr. Bach, farmer, shoemaker, everybody get contract for build school. So this is not new to the labor right. Louis Chin was the contractor, and don't know not more contracting. Right? Alright. One other thing again we tell you about the labor rights. Tri-Bridge. Who build Tri-Bridge? Dwight Construction. All them do a build house.
Question, Howard. Does Louis Chin have a grade 1 contractor license?
That's the one I question.
But now listen what I'm saying to you.
The contractor license, he cannot have the contract, sir.
And then me give you a chance to finish answer.
Hold a second, let me read something to him. Him a government, me just Google the Moran Center. It has over 50 private sector investment. Over 50 private. It's the only thing the Factory Corporation of Jamaica is involved with over 50
other
private sector investors. So it's about Andrew Holness have put in money. Man, so you gotta get your homework done.
Hold on there, brother. The government have put in infrastructure for
Factory Corporation of Jamaica plus over 50 private sectors.
Yeah.
Oh, I bring up Gary.
You know, we should not talk to this brother.
This is how country run. Government put in infrastructure and investor come invest.
You just say, I think government.
Time we stop talking about foreign investors and invest in our own people. We are talking about a different way Jamaica forward with Mark Walling. You think of this Braca Master, think of this Western monarchy shit where your government have be puppet to some Western heads.
Mark Walling now leadership.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Shower.
I want to ask one question.
Hold on, let me just tell Shower this before you go. Shower, one thing I tell you now, just keep this close to your chest because you're going to have chest pain. So you better get used to it from now. Because all of you laborers go have
You
chest
need to
pain.
buy some pampers. You need to buy some pampers and wipes because you haven't shit up yourself.
You're an idiot, man.
No, you can't see
No,
us the
no.
time, man.
No, John Bew, take him off. Take him off my program.
You don't know
Can't tell them come red
direction
mouth shit up
Jamaica
self
go.
and shit. Run
Yeah,
red
look,
eye.
you know, what we want to ask you to say. Courts at Jamaica, in responsible courts are them, Billy? Courts?
Court Jamaica, you mean the furnishing company?
Yes, courts.
No, it's a private
No,
company.
it was an overseas company, but it was subsequently sold a couple years ago. I
So
think
the government own it.
somebody named
That's nothing to do with
no,
government.
No, man, government no one.
no,
Private entity,
no,
man.
yeah, private entity.
So
It
why
was
me see
sold.
Andrew Wallace do a sentence, a cut ribbon for courts where do a sentence what there?
PR.
You don't know,
Love cut ribbon, man.
Them can invite him in a ribbon cutter, you know.
yeah, my ribbon cutter, man. I feel him favorite things them there.
So, so how you want make it look
Yeah.
like say? Cause me a think say when me see it, me I say then courts no private sitting there. Because
No,
even the woman too, the woman is responsible for it. She did that talk. Then say the owner. So me I say wait, so where Andrew own? Say you want to take claim into that then?
And that him do and trick the whole of labor right
Come
follow
on,
them.
say something in there.
Yeah,
You
man,
can
court.
see. You can see how the
Court
labor them acting. The man say no one go read nothing. Him know I saw it going, no one go read, and no one.
Remember, Vaz tell himself to hit the road, you know. Kind of way back in the pole. So don't be surprised. You see people are open one little restaurant or one little fry fish shop. You see him there cut ribbon. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, can I
Kind of
say
the pole.
So for me tell you say, yesterday you know, me see something where one clinic open down at St. James, so me see tough can down there. So my girl now tell me say, him tough can down there sitting. So now she a say him clinic. So me I say, wanna get new clinic door. He tell me say I want clinic where they make from how much years ago, where they open long time.
The church one, you think he linked to one church. I think that's
Yes, so me I said, no man, you're wrong man. Them you see tough can open new clinic and sitting. I see him clinic where how much years?
If them rub 1 quarter paint for the building now, they go open it. Just to put a quarter paint for the building nowadays.
next to most
Because
Anytime you see
the
them
amount,
do that. Anytime you see them do know for them planning for an election. You remember?
yeah man, yeah.
When I'm decide to announce the local government election,
Yeah.
a fire station was built over 2 years ago in Portmore. They came and they cut ribbon and said they opened the fire station right into the part of the election. That fire
Yeah,
station
you know, because as me I tell you, the person tell me, they tell me say, then they build one new clinic down there. But when she tell me yesterday, no, I say, wanna get new clinic door.
Across from
She said no. She said no, I see them clinic where they make how much years ago and sitting where they make and sitting. I then come must see cut ribbon for.
Years.
Mr. Matthew Samuel put up a standing pipe on a sentence and then cut ribbon and say water in the area. Standing pipe.
We know they get rid of standing pipe.
A roadside. Standing pipe a roadside.
A roadside thing. Say nah, do know. About where am I go?
Standing pipe a roadside and then cut ribbon feet.
And the next thing too, before me cut, when them talk about upgrade of hospital and them, tell them you how much of them complete. Make them tell you how much of them complete. Because I 8 years in a power, tell them how much of them complete.
You don't ask that the one day, because him don't know nothing, just a chat 1 year, he don't know nothing.
All right, me there listen to him.
Money.
I'm taking the money you gave me, I don't know, I jump out, so I'm there still, so lick a bit, you hear that?
Alright, done.
Bless up on yourself, comrade. Bless up,
Yeah.
jump out.
Yeah. Respect.
Alright, comrades, make we look for an aspect of this wrong direction. Let's look for aspects of this wrong direction where this latest done on the support. Cool. Alright, mega. Hello, welcome, Comrade Richard. They are quiet. You not talk at our
Jam
city.
views, morning.
Huh?
Jam views.
Yeah.
No go no further, because we don't want them to say we are telling lies in. The clinic where they cut the ribbon, there was an old clinic there, but them build a new one. Like jack up a new one behind it. So
Yeah.
at that one, then cut the ribbon. So we don't want them to say we are telling lies. It is a new clinic. But there was an old one there before. Just
Okay.
a correction.
All right. Thank you. So we have Leo clarified that just now. We're going to talk about aspects of this wrong direction. Starting with Father Dina, each one get 3 minutes to speak. What are some of the contributing factors to this wrong direction?
Education.
Education.
Education, health, and the social living of the human of the population. 3 major factors.
Yes. I tell them this, man. and most of them now look on it them way, you know. Most of them like the gentleman that was in the box just now.
Me not, but if you read the summation, it tell you, say, PNP not to be blamed for it.
Hold on there, Patrick. We just try to formalize about the program. Dina there talk, so I'm so reach out to you.
Later podcast, understand, who are all for them? What are we going to do this?
Just mute your mic there, Patrick. So come down here, welcome. Man, I'm coming out of the box and I'm mute them mic. Alright, come here, Dina, continue.
Alright. I get my 3 main factor thing, we're going in the wrong direction.
Mine's too.
Education, what we have seen is that the amount of millions these guys are charging to go to the 2 major universities in Jamaica right now. And all they do is preach hard. Hard trained doctors, hard trained lawyers, hard trained most of engineers. No. So what we're going to find is a nation, and we start seeing in the hospitals. We have a very high shortage of doctors, a very high shortage of nurses. Because we are not paying enough attention to our educational sector. We are making it very difficult for Jamaicans to obtain a proper professional degree, qualification. And it's a strange because under Edward Siaga, we see them closing down most of the nursing school, most of the teachers' college. So it indicates the JLP has never paid attention to education. They don't care about education.
Absolutely.
So we're going reversing in terms of education.
Good morning, Miss Aarons.
Social. What social laws this government has ever passed to benefit or to help the poor people to eliminate themselves from poverty in Jamaica? None. They give an increase, a minor increase in part. They raise after how many years they raise minimum wage. But what is minimum wage? Minimum wage is supposed to be the basic salary in which the average person, not a family, an average person can live, can pay their rent, buy their food, pay all the utility bills. 15,000 can't do it. I am a single person. I walked in the supermarket last week twice. One day it cost me $20,000, another day it cost me $8,000. I still buy a lot of stuff in the meat. I didn't buy no meat yet. So, if I was on minimum wage, was it possible for me to be livable? Or I would have to be just eating just about anything for survival. If you don't eat properly, your health can't have proper health. The hospitals are without doctors. Very short staff and doctors. Short staff and nurses. Very staff and all professional sectors of the health sector. So when I take sick, who take care of me? So these are the 3 main factors we realize they feel and feel miserable. And the Minister of Finance is going to tell me this week now that we're heading on a slippery slope because the economy is going to be in a negative growth coming in the next quarter because what? The overtime we pay to our nurses and our doctors and the police put us in a bad position. The people that work down forget their money.
Exactly.
You
Welcome.
a nurse finish working at 8 hour shift, want to go home to her children and her husband. But because there's a short you ask her to stay over for another 8 hours, and you want them to say, because you pay her the compensation of working at overtime, it is running the country into bankruptcy. Garbage. The increase you guys took for yourself and all want to do with the money, enriching on yourself, that's what running the country into bankruptcy. So if you don't have a good educational system, a good health system, how on earth a nation going to move forward? The people must feel the pressure. So this is what happening. That's why you see so many people vote, say, well, we can't go back with this government. No. We're suffering. You think Robin paying for a billion and claims we fix up our clinic, we fix up our hospital, is production? Oh. The population has been declining because people say, we can't have no more people because Lord God, we can't afford it.
Yes.
It's not a good sign of the population decline. We had many years ago declining population in countries like England were paying people to have children. France, all these countries are paying people to have children because it's a bad sign when you see your population is declining. So what do you think? People must have to rebel and decide they're going against them. It's only a miracle can help our Jonas to win the next election, I can tell you that. Because people fed up. Never see this a jam.
All right, comrade Dina. Well said, my comrade brother, and thank you for being here. Yes, sir, absolutely. You, Richards, comrade, you. What's going on, man?
Bro, morning.
Morning.
Yeah. I just 3 word sum up where the poll figure, cost of living. That's sum up everything. Everything full of that.
Yes. Thank you, Pastor.
Yeah. That's 3 word that sum up a wrong direction, the cost of living. And encompass everything. Where Dina just say a while ago. And then remember, minimum wage earn, and I mean you're supposed minimum wage earn, I don't go shop a supermarket, they shop a corner shop. And then buy the bare minimum. Flour, sugar, salt, liquor seasoning, chicken back, callaloo, and tin mackerel. That a minimum wage earn I live off. Bare minimum. I mean, you're not supposed to drink milk. You can't drink milk. You can't buy a tin of milk. You're not supposed to eat bread because you can't buy a bread. You know, these people really and live on dump. You know, don't like me. I talk like in the 80s when things get hard today. You just live on dumpling and ackee. You just go pick ackee off a tree. We couldn't afford saltfish at the time. Now the great 80s. So we just get some others and get the oil. And some of the white chicken back, and we use the fat for the chicken back, fry the chicken back, and the ackee. Yeah? And just cook the ackee that we used to feed from dumpling. I know try them say we could go where we plant we look a banana around the back part of the yard and the breadfruit try them things. And then I buy them things, they go pick them. And under that scene we are going to Jamaica right now. People go pick them like ackee bush, and them go pick them breadfruit, you know? And some of them grow them bananas, so then just buy flour, sugar, and then like something that other people eat every day. On Sunday, then we eat like rice and peas and a chicken back or something like so. Going back in the 80s, me see I go on now, we just look and be like we're gonna get and see some people. We can't never go supermarket, just get up and go shop. I remember say I also not for them also too. So you go shop, they don't go supermarket. The people like we were work or we were travel go supermarket. You see? The people just got a corner shop. So you see, but me not look for see the wrong direction more than that still. Yeah, 40% we think otherwise still enough. Nah, lie you. So we just chop it there. So that's the cost of living. Cost of living our cost everything. Trust me,
So
when you depend.
the high crime rate is a major contributing factor.
Yeah, but I crime rate a part of cost of living thing, you know, because you have to
Yes.
pay for living in Jamaica, you know.
But
Right.
had they be doing anything about crime, probably they'd had a lower number.
Them say murder down 4%, rape down 47%. Some of them want to say rape on them thing that it's like we used to focus on murder. Now them are focus on rape and robbery and breaking and them something there. So there's a murder down 4%, rape down 48%. They say breaking and entry down 48%. So the average is a crime drop 14%. So I don't even know. I don't know what them actually them think, but different thing. And we Andrew Wallace now in touch because me see man bus truck boy a tour. You know? Him man bus truck boy. So anyway them go to Rwanda now man. Election we are going election before March man. Trust me, you can't go in the next first thing you know have a finance minister, so they can't craft for next budget. So the PNP have to prepare for our election by March. Maybe you go do it February. Just to do the election February. Because 2 days then target now. February and September. Then send successful in 2 months. The Andrew Wallace. Win 2 elections, February and September. Some people say go February this year. So we have next year. So we have to prepare for it. My rest is a finna.
Alright, comrade, you Richards. Like I want to do it in a line, so guess what now? I know several persons were here before Pastor Ricky. Alright, it's already said. I'm just do it in a line, yeah. If I have to change up one, I have to change up. Pastor Ricky, welcome. Good morning, my brother.
Yeah, man. Good morning, Comrade Jam.
I can speak 3 minutes and then we come back to you. We can open the floor until everybody speak, yeah?
Yeah, man. Big respect. Good morning again. Good morning, everyone on the panel. God bless you. Good morning, Comrade Leader Mark Rowland. God bless you. Jen Sec, God bless you. Good morning, everyone in the chat, the For You page. This is an indictment that the people have spoken in the polls that this government has failed. 6 in every 10 Jamaicans is saying that the country is heading in the wrong direction. So for 8 years, they have nothing to show why they deserve a third term. When 6 in every 10, 6 is like 60%. When 6 in every 10 Jamaicans disapprove of you, then it tells you that you're going to lose by a landslide. I don't think cost of living is the only factor or common denominator that's reflecting in this poll. It also reflects that the people are tired of corruption, lies, deceptions. The people are tired of high crime, extreme crime, like the U.S. government says. The people and violence. The people are tired of the high prices. This is capturing some of Beryl, what was going on, because this poll started right 3 days before Beryl. July 1st was when this poll started. It covers from July 1st till September 30th. So it's capturing what's happened between that period. And remember, Beryl came July 3rd.
Yeah.
And so right after Beryl, power did cut for some people, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Some people not get but them light. Water, some people never have water. Prices start go sky high in the market and the grocery, and then blame Beryl. And what them not realize is that the energy minister, him raised fuel price, petroleum price 3 or 4 days after Beryl, which is another factor why everything went up. Because when fuel price go up, everything go up as well. So this government revealed that they care less, even in the midst of devastation, about the people. So they're going to lose by a landslide margin. And 5% from 53% to 58%, 5% is still a big margin to spread, because even if they win, if a person win an election by 3, 4, 5%, that's a big win for them in an election. So even though it don't look as huge as 5%, it looks small. It's still big when you factor in the sample that the Don Anderson used to sample the people that he sampled. So this is an indictment. This is devastating, and you see why they probably run to put out the FINSAC report, because they knew Don Anderson polls were coming out, so they tried to preempt it to get the people to talk about FINSAC. But everybody know FINSAC has nothing to do with the People's National Party or anyone in the People's National Party. I mean, anyone who doesn't know that by now, something wrong with them. So to get people to talk about FINSAC, but I want to see the margin of spread between Comrade Leader Mark Golden and Prime Minister. 30 more seconds, I think I have. So Comrade Leader Mark Golden was up by 8 points. The last poll came out after June in July. I believe with the sentiments of Beryl and how the people feel about this government, I'm predicted that Comrade Leader Mark Golden is going to be up by at least 15 points or close to 20 points. So keep your eyes on that when Don Anderson released it this week coming. Yeah, man, big respect. Thank you. God bless. Fully got up.
Fully got up, Comrade Pastor Ricky. Yeah, man, thank you for your fruitful contribution. Stick around, we'll soon open the floor where each and every one of with us can speak momentarily. But until then, Leo, you're 3 minutes.
Well, morning, comrade. Again, I'm sorry for barging like that, Jams, but me have to correct. When I want to go say we have spread false news, that's what they always do.
Yeah.
So I'm from that area, and I know when that clear the bill, me have to kind of correct. Because maybe sometimes we hear things, we don't really check the really fact side before we go today. But the thing we really cause all of this in the country, corruption, and corruption from up the head, because they not think about the poor class of people when you look on it. And when you really look at some things, when we take back ourselves back to the corona virus thing when they say them come in with. I remember the whole Jamaica did lockdown. And then them have all these business with them make all this money from lockdown people from foreign are coming to the country, big celebration that go on, police are beat, we take we off a road, lock we up. We should not look back and see from them time and say, no, something wrong. You understand me? When we come back now, we look at the FINSAC report. Them take up for another day, and every vlogger station they go on, every labor right you talk to in the street, they must say, we have to talk about handle, bank book them all of this. We have to talk about the FINSAC thing because of that mash up Jamaica and I build them a try about Jamaica. See, it come out now. If we did stay like them, we could have used this as a tool for them, but we not going to do that because you want me, that's important to we. All we need for just prepare for election or come because we know labor right stay. Pay attention to the polling station then, because if we don't do that, we can lose this election. There are some key points in an election where we really have to look on, like that still not vote there. Just come so. Some big people night and we use money and we bribe PNP people to vote for them. And not only that, the back stuffing business with the false vote. Now come on this way. Jams, give somebody else my 3 minutes. No pay attention to something.
Alright, no problem. Comrade Leo, thank you for being here and I appreciate your contribution. Yeah? Alright, Comrade Cash, your time, my brother.
Morning again, everybody.
Morning.
Yeah, I agree with everybody else, crime and economic challenges. People feel like even though they're telling them that the economy is growing, it's not reflecting in their households. It's not reflecting in their salary, low salary. But another thing that people are not, I haven't heard anyone say it, but for public services, the healthcare, education, not going in a healthcare. People feel like the government just a pretty uppy thing. But when you actually get admitted into a hospital, that's when you feel the real blunt of what's going on in there. Doctors and nurses not having enough equipment to deal with the patients. So everybody, most people already say what I'm going to say still, so that I just my little addition. So you can move on to somebody else.
All right, Comrade Cash. Thank you for your contribution, my brother. Comrade Blair, Grand Rising, and welcome.
Yeah, God rising, brothers, and good morning to everyone on the platform, and good morning to those on the For You page and those on the panel. It is indeed a pleasure to be on the platform one more morning,
Glory to
speaking
God.
to the people of Jamaica. The question you raised, Jam, is what could cause the poll to say that Jamaica is going in the wrong direction?
Yeah.
Some of my colleagues have mentioned some already. One of the main one is education, because with the
Yeah.
18% in passes, then we must be going in the wrong direction. Because what we would be doing would be graduating from school 82% of persons who does not have a subject. You understand?
Yeah.
The next thing again is up until 2016, the rate of growth was 1.9%. Today, the rate of growth is 0.1, which equates to around 10% of 1%. So we are rather going backward, right? Despite the boast from the government that the economy is growing. The economy over the last 10 years has not grown over 2%. And even 2% was negligible, because you can't balance out yourself where that is concerned. When we look at minimum wage, which is up to $15,000 now, we all know that minimum wage is pegged to the rate of inflation. So in 2016, when the inflation was 2.35, the minimum wage was 6,500. Now, inflation is 6.5% and climbing. The minimum wage is 15,000. That means to say the $15,000 cannot buy what 6,500 used to buy.
Exactly.
And that is a significant problem, because the majority of the working population work minimum wage. Majority of the workers who work are simple jobs, minimum wage jobs, and them can't buy food. Because whenever time minimum inflation rises, the price of goods and service increase. So you find bus fare will go up, your utility bills will go up, and the price of food will go up. So the country must be going in the wrong direction if those metric as put out is correct, which they are. So it didn't surprise me to see that 58% of the population say the country is going in the wrong direction. Until we can categorize the price of food, which is basic.
Okay. What is? Ice cream? What is?
If we can get food price to come down and have food price constantly rising, then sooner or later the minimum wage will have to go up. Because if inflation rate go up anywhere past 7.58, then that would necessitate that the minimum wage will have to move, because both of them travel together. Right, so I am not surprised of the result of the poll. And I am waiting with bated breath to see the result of the party standing as we look forward to the next election. Thank you for having me.
Well said, Comrade you, Blair. Appreciate your contribution and you being here. In general, you always take the time out
to be over here and get involved in our conversation. I want to welcome several persons: Susie Wong, Miss Karen Office, Dorothy Allen, Yogi, Kimmy Boo. Welcome each and every one, my sister Michibu, sister Caroline, each and every one. Blessings. All right. Thank you for being here. All of the ones and ones them. If you not hear my call and name, still welcome and big up on yourself. Yeah. All right. Sydney, comrade Sydney. I know you've been waiting for a long time to
You
speak.
mean, man? I last minute,
Yeah,
brother. I must have wait, man. Or must upset, man.
yeah.
Anyhow, you want to put me on last every time. All right.
No, those that
Yeah,
are
me I
waiting
see
for
now.
all night battle, brother.
The three main thing where cause it are now cost of living, healthcare, and water distribution. Them three things there. Because we, the poorer class, like we and the middle class, right
Thank you,
now,
Susie.
are feel the blunt because the rich man having money, which is quarter of the population, less and quarter still, but give them the quarter. Them can afford for flying things come give them. We have it down here at the grass. Now, when you take a start now and we can't find the food, any country, any nation, you can't feed your nation, brother. And you say, we must eat right. Every day you parade, eat right. And if you can 4 days out of the 7 days if you eat right, you're gone, you know.
That
You
is it.
can't stand up for work. That's why people sick.
African,
You
welcome.
can't stand up for work. Right? That is it. And if you can't work and you see man have to pay tax, you're sick. Me don't know how that I go work. Because I do flour and rice and piece of yam and them because something there. You don't have no, well, I mean, no, you can't mix up all something and drink your carrot, you can't buy all them thing there. Beetroot, what we put back thing in you. You have to just go back and work Monday morning. We have to just start a plane now, the poorer class of people, you know. You think peel up 2 piece of banana and piece of yam and throw in a pot and 2 piece of dumpling and sitting and piece of saltfish and you might got 1 piece of meat. Them there no eat, brother. See, you want something where you can mix up, you know, see it, and make your body strong. All right, you move on to healthcare now. If you not eat right, brother, you're more sick, you know. And you go to hospital, you know, your healthcare is worse. When you see America and the rest of the country, them have to put travel advisory 3 times for a year. And the thing what I'm setting for are health, right? Health and crime.
Promise people, and the doctor.
How that, man?
Use the mic there, Susie.
Oops. Sorry.
Yeah, man, you're alright, sis.
Healthcare and crime, brother. Right? Oh, you, that are the 2 things the country them put advice you find. And from the first one come, you start looking at yourself and say, boy, make we move towards that, you know. Because you know, I say tourism. Not because it might not trouble the tourists them, you know. But the people them who have to do the thing when the tourists come here, them can't afford it. You look for everybody in Jamaica, if they don't look droopy right now. If I never say people from foreign, I say that some little thing come give people in Jamaica, you know, we gone down to nothing, you know, man. Look on it and see if I lie me I tell. Nobody face no look good again, you know, man. Everybody face wrinkle up. Who no hungry, who can pay them bill, who can this, who can that. Whether it can't work. Right? So the country must have gone the wrong direction. Water again, you say water life. Only hell you tell me say water life when you take a sack, you can't get water. And Jamaica wood and water. And you can't get water, brother. You simply because water truck them where you used to come give people water because you know you're not run no water in them place. Right? You give private people. I wonder who can afford it. Look how much you drum of water. How much $1,000 people have to pay for your drum of water. Now a family of 3. You and your wife or you and your sweetheart and one picnic. When you look at yourself out of that, for 3 days, what left? What left, brother? You have to find that 3,000 again to buy the other one. And a 15,000 you get. Eh? You can't go work frozy, brother. You can't go amongst people frozy. People not looking to them things. We just started raw, you know, man, and nobody nice up, nothing, you know, man. Right? Most people have the toilet to flush. You flush, couple flush out of that, what left again? You have to find next 3,000. You buy next a load of water. Quick o'clock. You know how none. You whole place smell bad. It's sick you too, you know. Because your cleanliness is not there. It's sick, your brother. So the country must have gone in the wrong direction. The big man, them still not pay no tax again, starting from the Prime Minister. After we little money, after you pay tax, and you can't get no good living out of it. So how you go manage? Eh? Me surprised say no gone round, come here look for round. That's why I say that and it's not do good, you know. Come here look for nearly 70%, you know. But the man do it thing right. You know, see that me I look for around 70%. Wrong direction me I look for, you know, two way me see I go on, you know. Your clothes have to wash, you have to clean. If you go amongst people, people start keep up bend out, while a man frozen, you know, a taxi man a frozen, you know. Where the hell you do you can get little water? Hmm? And then bill a come down upon your water bill and light bill a come upon your brother. Boy, Jamaica people good for hold this eye for years, you know. Hold this eye, you know, because if I some country riot, they all both, it burn down already and mash up already, you know. But Jamaica people good. You know, see it? Hold we are hold it, you know. Me don't know how much long people can hold it for. Because if now October, you are November, December plus next year, you know, brother. 3 more months from this and it stays here, we are worse, you know. Me don't know how it's going to work out, you know. Because enough people not going to take it no more. The only reason again make people not go on, but that's what they know they have a day looking for election, come on them and look forward and count down the days, you know. Yeah, man. And somebody else can jump in and say if a foolish is me attack and make me know. Yes, sir.
What you say, you know, comrades not chat rubbish, you know. Especially comrades like you know, man.
Yeah, man, I'm a grassroots, you know.
I appreciate what your contribution is. 'Cause you always come with some good pointer. Only
Yeah,
thing
man.
that you don't like, you know, the waiting.
No, man.
But it's all good. It's all good. But no, yo, listen, you have some comrades that trust me. The way them comrades there feel about what go on, brother, them have to just let it out verbally. Can't
Yeah,
wait to
man.
get the chance to speak. I mean, I tell you about comrade like Susie. Welcome, my comrade sister.
Blessing,
Comrade,
blessing. Good morning, family.
how you doing?
I'm sorry I've been in and out, you know, I kind of juggle some things, but boy, me say, me love Uncle Sydney, say, boy, Uncle Sydney, 24 a day, and when can catch himself, me hear him, man, boy. Uncle Sydney,
Yeah, man.
boy, when me come to Jamaica, me have to come look for you.
All right. Yeah, yeah.
No, man, boy, you serious about your country.
Yes, man. Yes, sir.
Sometimes us playing our
That's how
part.
you doing? You good, though?
Yes, I'm good enough, praise God, you know, just there, go on, you know, if I miss one man, I mean, I'm gonna make it be two.
Yeah, me I try. You know, say me I try get Donovan pants up through the forum. He say yesterday tie up in a meeting all day. Cause them I try the council them, the PNP council them. Him text me this morning. For Mandeville them I try change the narrative and pull together our whole meeting with just all of the PNP council them. And I give them chang and them road and them leeway with them I try for doing a Manchester.
Yeah, them have to work in tandem with each other.
Yeah, man, them do a solid council meeting yesterday. Because them people are some mafia, man, them a create crimes and something for try to go in a PNP era, them and interrupt. All for with nice, beautiful parish, they quiet mandeville. And can you imagine? And them a create crime and mafia organization. And I'm so happy to see this poll yesterday. Jams, I am so happy that, for me, it's saying that the people are waking up. And right now, the election call, boy, me happy for Jamaica. Because I remember even 2000, well, Right before Porsche come out, the wanna know said the average light bill was like $2,500 a month. And I just the Jamaica people, even we in the diaspora, come here tell us a whole heap of things, me to come to Jamaica, a whole heap of things where you can't even help as much people again because you have to spread it out because everything's so rough down there. My uncle, 88-year-old, in bill used to be $3,000. Right now, one TV the man have a $25,000. Me don't know the people that manage down there, man.
Because of the selfish government we have, man.
Remember, some Mama P they put a cap on all remember JPS couldn't raise the electricity bill.
Yeah.
Do you remember though when she put that big cap on it and then couldn't raise it for a while? How much time has it raised in this last 8 years? About 6 or 8 times. In
But
this
that's
period.
where the OUR comes in. The OUR is supposed to protect our best interests, you know.
But why did they allow so many raises? I'm curious.
OUR has become a joke because the OUR has sent a number of, I forgot the term that they use, but a number of things that they would like to get done to their agency to give them more power. And the government hasn't turned and hasn't done anything.
Boy, I mean, I know the light bill alone to me is scary. Because if people average salary is $15,000 a week, right? So you tell me, say, so most of the people have to use 2 of their salary just to pay a light bill. So how do they survive the rest of the month? And then my boss says salary at the highest. This one boy come last night, Pan Chef, I said salary at the highest. He said, that's the most paid Jamaicans ever get, and him the power whoop a boasting, and everybody's saying that, but we not see it on the ground.
And also to contribute to that, you know, Susie, remember, you know, that PetroCaribe deal we had with Venezuela that would have saved us a whole heap, you know, man. Once we can get it right with the energy consumption and have a good
Absolutely, Jobs.
stabilized market for we get the energy at a price from, and also we can grow our own food and stop
Jobs, what's the average
importation
you
of
pay
goods.
weekly for your truck? No, compared to back then. For gas.
Yes, depending on the location. All right. When I do project all over. So if I do a project called Clarendon in particular, it depends for down years there. I'm gonna say, all right, boom. I go down there with my truck every morning. First, you have to pay $2,000 on the toll every you go and come every day. Yeah. Plus, you have to buy over $10,000 gas oil.
And that the last will probably a day.
Yeah, last for the day you can come home
My
and
God.
you can go and come.
Oh my God. So do you think that Attorney Golden is gonna be able to get us back under the Venezuela oil deal?
Well, I suspect they will probably go into some renegotiation after that and try to best them with can get back an agreement on the forefront. Because that's the way, if you don't read back of the Venezuela oil deal did for us, you would have
No, it's too expensive.
There is a court case. Anybody know
case
what's going
going
on with
on,
that
yeah.
case?
Because what the labor right them do them end the deal in our day. Because America they sanctioned Venezuela.
So I think that he was trying to make some secret deal with Trump. Because I remember saying, no, two Secretary of State came down during Trump time and they met privately with Andrew, and we never know what the meeting was about, and it was never announced.
But then he's stupid because how can you let somebody tell you to end a deal that's helping your people without looking for another solution? What is
It
going to
goes to show
happen?
that he's only about himself. It's only for his selfish ambition.
We all know the GLP is an American puppet.
Dina, and people who can relate to some of the things that Venezuela oil dealers bring to Jamaica. You know that the Wigton wind farm it was start started out of that Venezuela oil deal.
The creation of PetroCaribe.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The
And
creation
also
of
the
PetroCaribe.
cultural center, you know, he had an
Yes.
affinity to
And what if
Jamaica.
a
You know,
school
that man loved Jamaica.
under that agreement we refurbish and build schools? You
No,
understand? Roads.
the real purpose of it, you know, and then we never get oil cheaper, you know. We'll get oil, we pay 40% up front and use
Yes.
the other
Like a
60%. And
loaded.
we use the other 60% at 1% interest rate for
Yes.
use develop the infrastructure of Jamaica.
Infrastructure,
Jamaica, yes.
yeah.
Yes, exactly so. So
Why?
that was one of the areas where we could have used and stabilize our economy. And we
I
are
fix the road
capitalized
them. Look
on
at the
them.
road them. Boy, me I tell them, no, no. I
One
mean,
mention
some people don't leave the area in the
Harley
jams, but jams, if you drive out from Mandeville and go all St. Anne's and go in and niggle and me I tell you, say the road them horrible, you know, you go to all Cape Valley and the all them places. I saw well, you know. Me I tell you,
well,
the road them bad
the
man going
change
from
is
parish in a
near.
rural parishes.
The change is near. So all we have to do is work together. Yeah, we're been in the street. 'Cause if we can identify all of them thieveries, whatever I'm gonna try come with on the EOJ and voting and vote buying all of this thing. We have to find ways to mitigate that. We have to do the
I'm
groundwork.
also concerned about the EOJ. Are you guys not concerned? Me curious you. The EOJ and the Prime Minister office. What do you think? You don't think that
Spoke
they will
about that
compromise that
earlier.
too?
The EOJ is not in the Prime Minister's office. The
So
electoral matters not in the Prime Minister's office. EOJ independent body, man. The Prime
When
Minister
we
not influence
report
over
to the
EOJ.
Prime Minister,
Yeah, they're not control over
even
EOJ.
so, they're not concerned. Me just curious.
I am not concerned of anything EOJ do our people them on the ground do. EOJ not nothing to do.
If we train our workers the right
Our
and proper way
inaction, yes.
and they are
Yes.
vigilant enough, there's no way they
No
can
way
ban
EOJ
us.
can do nothing at all. So the ball is in our court. We can't blame EOJ for EOJ.
We
We have
need to
two
start. We
commissioners.
need to
The
start
JLP
having
have
our
two
Saturday class
commissioners.
with our election the workers, teach them the right how to be
Yeah.
vigilant, the
Exactly.
right to look
Exactly.
But
what and
then
what
I
to look
hear Pinky
forward.
saying that some of the constituencies, some of the people are not working.
That is it. That is nothing to do with we. And we in
we say
we have figure
EOJ worker
EOJ.
baby.
The EOJ, you see the EOJ commissioner have two PNP and two JLP.
Okay,
When them
okay.
sign off on everything. So anything that have to do with it.
On the board. That's on the board. They don't do the day-to-day running. The director
Yeah.
who operates the day-to-day running. And if the directors lean to one side, and you're not vigilant, they can
Exactly.
manipulate the system.
Right. So what about even like the boxes? Who is in charge of the boxes when people vote? To like
Both
the
parties, both parties are in charge of the boxes.
oh both.
Yeah.
So there's no way for it to be compromised, even during transition or transfer.
Yes,
If your workers are not properly trained and know how to do it, then it can be compromised. The workers are highly trained. They know what because each worker gotta serve they get after when the poll is closed. The ballots are poured out on the table and it's counted. You have to be very keen as a worker. And your signature is there to verify, yes, the PNP get this amount of vote, the JLP get. That is a record that is kept. You can't lose your record. So if any change is made, it is contestable in court because you have a receipt for that.
Are you insured if I start
So
box
then,
them?
so then you need to get workers then that is not hungry, that won't take money and all of them things.
And you gotta train your workers right.
Okay.
EOJ not nothing to do with it.
So how does the PNP pick the workers then?
Even padding not we even padding at the list EOJ not nothing to do with that.
So how Pinks is saying that names are being transferred in different
You
areas?
choose the workers from the groups of your PD.
Okay. Okay, understood.
Right thing,
If you want to interject and say something, you can.
Where I think we fall short is that not having enough workers meeting.
Ah. So what is the resolution to that then, Dino?
That
Your
can't talk.
council and the MP need to reorganize themselves and get by the workers meeting. Find a classroom every weekend, and you get back to work. Select your workers and get them to a meeting every Saturday, which you can use as a training sessions.
So how do we as people?
You know, Dino, I guess them they don't know, you know. Yeah.
They want to do that work now?
Some areas still short.
Some are still short. Yeah, it's an ongoing thing. So, yeah, there's a party have to do that. They're not EOJ, not nothing to do that. Everything align at our ball. A ball in our court.
We have to mobilize ourselves to make sure we control things.
Only the PNP alone can win the election. This election for us to lose.
Yeah, can you lend me a box and I bring things so she speak something?
Then on my box.
Take my box. Take my box. Take my box. Me stay in that comment.
No, you cash. The cash come down already.
Yeah, man. So prior to the election there, me think what we really need to do. You see, when time we vote, but we know so we have to party. We have to just vote and sit down. So vote and we can go around find the trouble here of them. Pay attention to our one because me know here right now in my division where Edmund Bartlett always him not left our Palmyra. And yes, let me talk about it one of the program them and I tell them say they need to talk to the council them, talk to the MP. See like when I pay attention to that here, we fit over there too. Because something I feel go on and make him not leave for the day. I think that very important.
Yeah, but
good morning, comrades. Good morning, comrades. Let me clarify something again. All right, and I don't want anybody to misunderstand or put words where I never put words. The EOJ offices in every area and every constituency is compromised. Let me clarify that again. The EOJ offices again are compromised because some of our PNP representatives are not showing up when they're supposed to show up and clarify what they're supposed to clarify so they can manipulate, as Dina was saying, and do what they want to do with the voters list, like move people from out of constituencies, move people from within divisions, move whole and entire PDs from one building to another building. That's what they have been doing. They have been padding the list wherever they can do that because our PNP and scrutineers are not showing up to do their job. And that's what I'm talking about. If we don't pay attention, they will do what they want to do with the list. You understand? Scramble the list, buffer the list. And again, I will say it again, the EOJ offices are compromised. That's where the issue is. If our people don't show up, they can do whatever they want to do. They can vote wherever they want to do, move who they want to do without anybody looking over their shoulders. That is why our PNP selected scrutineers and selected people working with the EOJ office need to show up and represent. We can't have any agenda back people doing those jobs. You understand me? That is what I was saying from all along.
It comes back to our organizational structure, Pinks.
Exactly. That's how.
If we don't organize ourselves, then we have nobody to blame but ourselves. The candidates and the members of parliament need to be in their constituency, organizing the constituency, make sure we have your, because first of all, the voters, I think the final voter list is out, I think I saw some copies come out since week.
Go up to December, not the the second week of December.
All right, but if they are drug, then this is politics. This is politics, and if I am in a neighboring constituency and this is winning by 5, 6, 7,000 votes, I can afford to give another constituency some of my voters. So we'll encourage them, go numerate, find a house over that side and numerate. It is politics, and that's a chicken politics, and I'm not gonna beat on that. What we need is our workers to verify. If Tom Jones come up for verification, I don't know Tom Jones in this address. You can stand close,
The temporary, let me say, when we use one list will come up about 2 weeks before the finalists. So everybody you got EOJ office and everybody all get there. What you call it? What you call it? Canalist? What you call it now? Premature list.
And then you go through it.
Preliminary.
Preliminary. So you go through it now before 30 November. You go through it now. Like boy, second week of November. You go through the list there. With the pink paper you have, and you go through and you start school and say who this. If I 800 new people on the voters list, you're going to see who, and you're going to see who transfer, and you're going to see who move. So your job is to go through that, and then you sign it off. Your RO liaison officer sign off on it with the JLP one, the RO, and then say yeah, that are the voters list, and then sign up on the voter list. If the PNP choose not to, you can't blame the EOJ.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Again, Hugh, the problem is the EOJ being compromised. You don't understand.
EOJ can't compromise.
Why is it so hard to understand that you're not speaking the truth there? I'm trying to tell you and correct you. The EOJ office is compromised.
Yep, EOJ to compromise.
Jesus, I just explained it a while ago 3-4 times already. And I've been saying it all week.
Then we try to correct someone who argue. I'm just saying the EOJ office is not compromised. The
EOJ offices are compromised. Everybody know that. Even if the Hugh, again, the EOJ offices are compromised. Even the people up in the top part of PNP know that.
Oh, it compromised.
I explained it already. We just explained it a while ago. Why am I going back over this again?
It cannot be compromised as a PNP now. If we not do work, we can't blame EOJ if we not do our work.
But you just contradicting yourself a while ago. You don't realize that?
Oh, I contradict myself.
Someone explain to you now. Come, camera now.
She said,
Jesus Christ.
Do our duty.
Exactly.
Yes, and be there also. One spot for carry out our duty.
Yeah,
and
maybe EOJ for that.
Internal compromising. You know what I mean? It's compromised internally.
Yeah, but not you cannot blame EOJ for that.
And
that's what
I think you don't really understand what Pinka say now. What she trying to tell us is
what me I say. She not understand what me I say. Can't blame EOJ.
Come on, listen now. You have to listen at some point, you know. If we don't listen, we can't learn. No. Because I understand exactly what she has said. What she has said.
So you don't understand what me I say.
Listen now, come here. We can't argue, man.
Sometimes you have to listen, you.
I know exactly what me I say, but you cannot be compromised.
Always correct. You're wrong.
The EOJ cannot, you can't blame the EOJ for what tardiness. You cannot.
All right. You let me ask you one question. If you're in your area, Zane, PNP used to win. Zane, and win by said
Leo, you're gone.
Northeast Centre alone said that the EOJ compromise what Matthew British do at there. That's a one aspect of it.
When election realize exactly. Okay.
Because even the representative Matthew Samoda, he had some issues where in his verification where he actually lived down there. Come on, to not hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you.
You take me a little time, because you can't tell me say, cannot be blamed cannot blame the EOJ full stop for our tardiness. That's all me I say.
But don't you think other than our tardiness they are compromised?
No. Because when you full work,
that's not true.
Hey, you spend me in a laser upon you is down a when me I do my work, Mr. Matthews can't give me no chat.
Hugh, when last you canvass anywhere?
Mafia government.
When last you canvass anywhere? I'm on the ground canvassing right now, so when me I start, let's talk about to the information.
Listen, me talk. Well on, man.
Make we put something to you, man. Are you saying you are compromising?
Let me deal now. Listen me. So when me a liaison officer to the EOJ, that matches at the RO.
How much years ago that was?
Listen, me don't talk, no, man. Cause that can't change. So you go there, sir. If you are the scooter and you're not go there, and the PNP scooter and you go there, and them not go there, and them not go there. 2 10 go there, and the PNP not go there. The RO have the authority to sign up on the person. So if your PNP scooter and you're not doing work, the RO gonna sign up on the person. So if a bandul, you must sign up on it. I feel it hard in this that.
You,
Yeah,
let
tell
me
you
say
that if we
something.
do the work,
But
let me finish that please.
if the person give an address to the EOJ, that
But
I'm
Yes.
isn't
living
that
at.
what I've been saying all along, Hugh? Jesus Christ.
I'm not
They
that
make
man
things
say
so
all everyone, man.
difficult,
We're
man.
not blaming EOJ. We can't blame EOJ for
It's the
PNP tardiness.
EOJ.
No. Right,
You,
EOJ, who never send the work I got there? Or if be
well on,
EOJ.
man.
What are you
Well
talking
on
about?
there, if you have voted yourself for years and you have voted yourself and you show up on your card say you have to vote at Miss Matty shop, and when you go there for vote election day, you find out say Mr. Turner shop you have to vote miles away from where there. Who you blame for that?
My work, my PNP work, I
Well,
feel no
when you PNP work, I'm working on your gen, on your gen move it, brother.
Hey, you see, one of those
I know your gen move it, or you blame the worker.
Thank you, Uncle Sydney. Thank you,
Hey,
Uncle
hey,
I know
Sydney.
listen what I
your
say.
gen move it and
Jesus
put them on
Christ.
Mr. Terry shop.
You cannot move a voter without the consent of the liaison officer for the EOJ. We got the meetings every
A joke
Saturday.
you make, man. Them what them don't know.
When I'm mad, man.
You do it, man. You talk some crime more times that we can understand you more time,
Him
you know,
not,
man.
him not understand, say him a contradict him own self.
I argue, Mr. The EOJ is not
You
compromised.
understand you are blaming. Oh, you feel blame the work of them. Another them a movie, brother.
Come on, Cindy.
Me don't talk.
Come on, Cindy.
Yeah.
Me don't talk.
One at
Listen,
a
man.
time, one at a time, comrades. Get the
Sydney,
thing order.
Sydney, you
Yeah.
better we tap off for this. See, because all right, it's obvious that Pinker and you are talking about two separate things. Because Pinker, I refer to the people when they have vote long time, when they move, they shift them vote around for a vote again in order to
Thank you.
get that
Thank you.
place.
Present day. Me talk about today.
Come ready, you are talk about the new people when they put on list. Obviously, I must two different things when I
Hey,
talk.
don't tell me I said, Leo, listen me I said, that cannot talk man less
More
with the
time you just
PNP.
controversial, you know, man. You can't bother with
It
him more
cannot
time.
happen.
No, Hugh just argue because he love argue.
Yeah,
And
I
then
know
realize
from the
rest him
same
and
to
mix up
watch
him
out.
own self.
Anyway, me don't talk. Cause listen me I say, cause no say nothing will make sense.
No,
And I
None
you
want you
not make
alone.
no sense right
Mr.
for this
Catherine,
morning. You not make no sense because
Mr.
you contradict your
Catherine,
own
one
self.
coming at the box. Leo, just give me a minute, man. I bring up Cathy and make
Come
she
on,
says.
get me down, get me down.
No,
I bring you back, man.
Jams, me you come out and Leo can't stay. Me you come out. I'm
Nah, man,
gone.
Leo gone already.
Okay.
The Cathy there. Mr. Cathy there, because she know about the system. She said. Cathy, if you're there, send me a request, bro.
Ombudsman, where it's supposed to be in charge of the whole election thing. What him a deal with? What him a do? Which
There,
side him dep on? Is he in
there,
fairness or
right
corrupt?
now, we don't even sure we have an ombudsman.
Yep.
That's the other
The
issue.
whole
You
system need
remember
to
that? You remember so the
reorganization.
pirates are abandoned that person. The
But
last
then
one.
him go back doing the local government election.
There wasn't even
Sorry, father, about them.
any people
I
there
bring you
to
retrieve like
supervise
that.
the
That
voting.
office was closed during the local government election. There's no more.
Exactly.
Morning.
All
Okay.
right, comrades, like Cathy Reid, I'm doing some insight, man. Welcome, Miss
Morning,
Reid.
comrades.
Morning.
Yeah, let me tell yeah. We don't have
You're a little bit
no
low.
ombudsman.
We can't hear you, Kathy.
I'm low.
Yeah.
Can't hear me the power. Who may do something when you using earpod? You hear me good now?
We are hearing
Yeah.
now.
Alright, let me give one example. And kind of concur with you a little bit. Reason being, Northwest St. James, Flankers Division, they move 2 PDs from an area going to one next area because they don't want the people them down at the bottom because the mostly PNP when live down there. So they don't want those people to go. Because to the war faction, baby, I don't want to get into that. They cannot. You understand what I'm saying? And that happened a few years ago. So I wouldn't blame the EOJ. What about the PNP representative from the ED? From the ED, me talking. I'm not talking from the constituency. I'm talking the ED.
Use your
Why
mic,
did
father.
the ED not? Why didn't the ED try to
find out what's going on in Northwest St. James before. That's when Orestram coming up. They moved that PD, so a lot of PNP could not vote.
Yeah,
They know they can't vote because they can't vote there. You understand? So sometimes it's not the EOJ, it's the fault of ours, PNP. You understand what I'm saying? You hearing me?
We are hearing you, but listen.
Yeah, so I'm saying because
listen.
even right now, the then secretary of Northwest St. James, she tried to write letter for move it back to down a flanker school, and all know it can't happen because
somebody
the head,
attest
whoever was
said
in
that
charge of enumeration and whatever the whatever in a PNP at that time, I can't remember who that was, but that person signed off on it because EOJ cannot sign off for PD to be removed unless both parties are involved.
Kathy, we understand what should be done, but what is being done is two different things. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
But what I am saying, it cannot, a PD cannot remove from one location to another without both parties sign off on it. It cannot happen.
Neither PD nor a voter. The voter change the vote.
And again,
and if the voter change from PD, if the voter change from PD to PD, that means it's the voter's right to do that. Yes,
right. But they have to be verified.
That's the voter's right. Yeah, yes, of course. You can't change from PD to PD, but you can change. But sometimes it do happen. I don't know what is a glitch in the system. It happen. But I wouldn't put the blame solely on the EOJ. I wouldn't.
If the PNP person just sign off and don't do
experienced politician, talk politics.
What I was trying to say all along is this, right? You are keep blaming the PNP people, but you want to tell me say the PNP
PNP
I'm not blaming. I'm talking have to be there.
Listen.
Why?
Listen what I'm saying. I'm talking of one instance that I know
I understand completely what you're saying, but you still not understand what me I try to tell you. The GLP is devious. Why you think the PNP sign off on these things?
I'm not telling you this too. Did you know that it happened during PNP time? The PD moved within PNP time?
Always happen.
Get that straight.
It
move. I am telling because I am a part of that executive that knows everything that the Inzali oath from 2007. It changed when McCurdy they run. You hear what me say? It changed, the PD changed when McCurdy run.
All right.
2 times McCurdy run. Okay? And something what me know. And the then secretary, she tried to write letter till she blew. Fika back down the PD down a flanker school. Then carry up a Churchill. Because then most of the boy them down at that side can't go up at that side. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
So whoever was, yeah, so it can happen. So I am not slowly putting the blame on the EOJ. You understand what I'm saying?
I am not putting the blame on
you. EOJ is flawed, I'm not saying, EOJ is flawed, It's flawed. I can tell you that. But there are certain things we do.